today's lecture, we are going to see the how the wave will be propagated from transmitter antenna to receiver antenna. Okay. So before that, just within a 2-3 minutes, I will take a review of previous lecture. Okay. So in our subject, that is radiation and microwave theory, we already seen that what do you mean by radiation, what do you mean by microwave techniques. Okay. So when we are talking about the radiation, so radiation is nothing but it is a emission of energy from some source towards some destination. Okay. So in our subject, we are emitting the energy in the form of electromagnetic waves. And we already seen that what are the different core parameter of electromagnetic waves. So in electromagnetic waves, we know that electromagnetic wave is nothing but it is a combination of two types of energy. The first one, that is the electrical energy, and another one, that is a magnetic energy. So one more important factor is that when we see the propagation of wave, in just I will show the diagram. When we see the propagation of wave here, when we see the propagation of wave, so in this diagram we have the electric field and magnetic field. But when we correlate the electric field with magnetic field, so one important factor is there, that is the electrical field is perpendicular to the magnetic field. So how this electric field will be calculated, or whatever amount of energy will be there, or whatever amount of energy in magnetic field, so that will be we will see afterwards. But right now you have to understood that when we are transmitting the electromagnetic waves from transmitter to receiver, it is having the two types of energy, that is the electrical and magnetic energy, and both the energies are or both the energies are in the form of wave, and those energies are perpendicular to each other. Okay. So uh, this is one important parameter. After this, we see the frequency. So frequency is nothing but it is the number of cycles per second. We know the definition of frequency. Okay. And the unit of frequency is we are measuring the frequency by using the unit hertz. Okay. And after that, the another important parameter is wavelength. So wavelength is nothing but it is the distance between two crests. So what is a crest? Crest is nothing but if we will take one cycle, so here in one cycle, if you will observe that in this, uh, just a minute, okay, in this, yes, in this diagram, if you observe one complete cycle, so the when the suppose this is the point from where the wave will be start. So if we will take a complete cycle, means the distance between two crests is nothing but we called it as a wavelength, and it is denoted by the suffix lambda. So that we will already see. Okay. So now if we want to find out the relationship between lambda, that is the wavelength, and frequency, so what will be the formula? So we know that if you want to calculate the wavelength, so wavelength is nothing but it is a speed of light divided by frequency. That is lambda is equal to v divided by f. Okay. So in some books, this speed of light is denoted by suffix v, or in some books the speed of light is denoted by suffix c. So don't make confusion. It may be v or c. So just you have to observe the that nomenclature, and you will find out that which letter is used for the speed of light. And we know that speed of light is it is a 3 into 10 raised to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So that is the speed of light. Okay. So here it is a 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So actually, if practically, if we will see the figure, actually it is a 299, means if you will find out this figure, means it is lakhs, that is 29 crores 97 lakh 92,458 meters per second. So it is the actual value. But if we will approximate this one, so we can consider the speed of light is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. And here after this, what is the relation between this speed of light, wavelength, and frequency? So this formula shows you what is the relation. That is, speed of light is equal to wavelength into frequency. Okay. So by using this formula, we can calculate wavelength. If frequency is given, we know the speed of light. So from frequency, we can calculate the wavelength. If wavelength is given, then we can calculate the frequency. So this is the formula we already studied. Okay. So after this, the next one, that is uh, uh, the question arises that why we have to why there is necessity to find out the relationship between this frequency, wavelength, and this speed of light. So we already studied that these parameters directly impact on the height of antenna. So height of antenna is nothing but means when we want to transmit the signal from transmitter to receiver. So when transmitted to receiver, so the propagation of wave will be occur in different manners. Okay, different manners means what exactly I mean to say is the propagation of wave from transmitter to receiver is divided into different types. So which are those types? We already seen that the propagation is mainly divided into the three types. So which are those? In that, the first one, that is a ground wave propagation. Second one, that is a sky wave propagation. And the third one, that is a space wave propagation. So these things we already seen in previous lecture. Okay. So today we are going to start the further one. Okay, here we already seen the example on this frequency and wavelength. Already we calculate the value of frequency. Okay. So uh, three types. Okay, that is the ground wave propagation, sky wave propagation, and space wave propagation. So when we want to transmit the signal by using a ground wave propagation, so we have to establish a antenna. Means in these three types, in space wave, sky wave, and ground wave. In these three types, in in every in each and every type, we need antenna. But obvious, okay, because without antenna we cannot transmit the signal. So in these three types, definitely we need a antenna. But the height of antenna is depend upon the wavelength. The height of antenna is depend upon wavelength, or ultimately I can say the height of antenna is depend upon the frequency. So here in front of you, one slide is there. So in this slide, what it indicates, this is nothing but it shows the that is the formula for height of antenna. H is equal to uh, H is equal to uh, uh, lambda divided by 4. H is equal to is nothing but it is a lambda divided by 5, lambda divided by 4. So what is H? H is nothing but it is the height of antenna. Lambda is nothing but it is a wavelength of that wavelength of wave. Sorry, it is the wavelength of that electromagnetic wave. Okay, and which will be divided by 4. So if you observe this one, so here uh, we know one more thing is that C is equal to lambda into F. Okay, means here height of antenna is directly proportional to the wavelength, and or in other words we can say that height of antenna will be inversely proportional to the frequencies. Okay, so inversely proportional to the frequency means how we can justify it. So if you observe this diagram, so in this diagram, if you see the first block, if you see the first block, so here in the first block the frequency is 870 kilohertz, right? And here 870 kilohertz is a frequency. So from this frequency we can calculate the wavelength. So wavelength is nothing but we know that lambda lambda is equal to c divided by f. So you will find out the wavelength. Okay, and from that wavelength you can find out the height of antenna, means h is equal to lambda divided by 4. Okay, so in this example, if the frequency is 870 kilohertz, then the height of antenna will be 345 meters. Okay, so you can calculate on your notebook. So you will find out this figure. Okay, means and what I mean to say that if the frequency is 870 kilohertz, then the height of antenna will be 345 meters. Or if we will convert this 345 meters. Hello. Uh, just mute your audio. Okay. So here you will find out that the height of antenna will be 345 meters or 1132 feet if you will convert this meter into feet. So in second block, here the frequency is 870 kilohertz. Now the frequency is 1 megahertz. So if you will again use the same formula, which is we already discussed in previous lecture, you will find out the wavelength. So wavelength will be you have to find out the wavelength, and from that wavelength you have to calculate the height of antenna. Okay, so here you will find out 299 meters. So here the frequency is 1 megahertz, then height will be, the antenna height will be 299 megahertz. Now again further, if you observe that I will increase the frequency from megahertz to gigahertz, that is a 1 gigahertz frequency. So here you will find out that the antenna height will be 29.9 centimeter. So you have to observe that if we will be increase the frequency, so the antenna height will be drastically change or drastically decrease. Means if the frequency is 1 gigahertz, so you can imagine 29.9 centimeter is nothing but it is very smaller. Just you can find out the length on your tip of finger. Okay, so if further if we will increase the frequency, then the if we will increase the frequency to 20 gigahertz, then the antenna height will be only 13 millimeters, means it is hardly visible with our naked eyes. Okay, the antenna height will be become so small. So means what I mean to say that from this slide we can conclude that if we will increase the frequency, then antenna height will be decreases, right? Is it clear? So now here means what I mean to say that this frequency, wavelength are very important parameter, because directly it will impact the height of antenna. So what is the significance of height of antenna? If height of antenna will be very high, so then ultimately the installation cost will be increased, maintenance cost will be increased, and the handling and quality of service and number of parameters are there. So ultimately the overall service will be expensive, and the quality of service will be degraded. Okay, so that's why first we have to understood that what is the frequency, the core definition, what is the wavelength, and what is the impact of these parameters on height of antenna. Okay, so now I think this point is clear. So now just I talked about propagation of wave. Means there are major uh, propagation. So that is, one is the ground wave propagation, second one sky, and third one is the space wave propagation. Now here we have the one more slide which is showing the same concept related to the antenna height. Okay, so we already discussed about this, so I am not going to repeat same thing. So further, when we are talking about the propagation of wave, this is the frequency spectrum. In first lecture, we already discussed about the frequency spectrum. Okay, so here the propagation of electromagnetic wave or electromagnetic wave propagation. So here in front of you, you have a diagram, right? So here I am showing one transmitter and one receiver, and I am transmitting a electromagnetic wave from transmitter to receiver. So, and if in this diagram, you can observe the curvature of Earth. And here, transmitter antenna, receiving antenna, and curvature of Earth. So, in this manner, the normal propagation of wave will be occur. But this is the only general form. If we will see the more specific thing, So this propagation is divided into the mainly three types. Okay. Now this is in front of you. This is the ground wave propagation. So this ground wave propagation, here you can see the transmitter antenna, receiver antenna, curvature of Earth. So in ground wave propagation, simply the transmitter antenna and this receiving antenna should be visible to each other. Okay, and then only you can transmit the signal. Okay, so that is an important factor. And one more important factor is that in ground wave propagation, the frequency of electromagnetic wave, the frequency of electromagnetic wave will be very low. Means, if what, in other words, what I can say that if you will increase the frequency, if you will increase the frequency, then what happens? Then what happens? The quality of service means the here how we can define the quality of service means the antenna, the receiving antenna who receive the power or who receive the electromagnetic signal or electromagnetic wave. So if you will increase the frequency of transmitter, then the receiving quality will be degraded. Means ultimately the received energy will be lower one. Again, if you will further increase the frequency of this transmitted signal, again the quality of signal will be degraded. Means again you will receive the low power. Low power means it is very difficult to reconstruct the signal at the receiver station. Okay, so that's why this ground wave propagation or ground wave transmission is only suitable for the low frequency signals. Okay, low frequency signal means we here just now we seen the this frequency spectrum. So here in this frequency spectrum, so if you will find out the lower frequencies, okay, means from 1 hertz to 10 kilohertz, okay. So such type of signals are means such type of signal will be transmitted by using the ground wave propagation. Okay. Now the further thing is that, okay, what is the next type? Means next type is nothing but if, and one more important thing is that you have to understood that the transmitting antenna height, the transmitting antenna and receiving antenna, the distance between the transmitting antenna and receiving antenna supposed to be uh, 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 not very what I can say, not very high. Okay, means in limited range you can transmit the signal. If you will further increase the distance, then what happened? Suppose in this example, if I will again increase this distance from transmitter station to receiver station, we know that there is a we know that we have the we know that the curvature of earth, we know that the shape of curvature of earth is a spherical. So if you will be further increase the distance, then at one stage what happen, this transmitting antenna and visible in transmitting antenna and receiving antenna are not visible to each other. Means ultimately this electromagnetic will be strike to the surface of earth, so then you will not get the signal at receiving station. Okay, so means ultimately what I mean to say that this ground wave propagation is suitable for the lower distance. Okay, or a lower distance, or what I can say, it is for smaller distance. Okay, so now the next type, that is a ground wave propagation. Sorry, ground wave we already seen. Next type, that is a skywave propagation. So in skywave propagation, so here the one important element is there. So that is nothing but we called it as a ionosphere. So ionosphere is nothing but uh, ionosphere is nothing but it is an atmospheric layer. Means if you observe the um, atmosphere over curvature of Earth, so if we will go upwards, if we will go upwards, then you will first find out that at initial level we have the very good what I meant to say, yeah, oxygen content. Okay, if you will further increase the height, then this oxygen level will be decreased. Okay, now we will find out the ozone layer. Then after that again different layers are there. That is the D layer, F layer. So normally there are 5 layers are there. Okay, and these 5 layers are uh, available over the curvature of Earth. So now we have to understood that what is the significance of this wave? Significance of this these layers, because and because we have to find out that what is the role of these layers in our electromagnetic wave propagation. Okay, because why we are going to study this ionosphere. So first we have to understood that what is the role of these layers. So the role of these layers is nothing but these layers are having very good or what I can say uh, uh, very good property. Okay, very good property of reflection of electromagnetic waves. Means, in other words, what we can say that these waves reflect the electromagnetic waves. Okay, so these waves reflect the electromagnetic waves. Means in this diagram, if we will in this diagram, if we will what I can say, if we will transmit the electromagnetic waves. So the electromagnetic waves will be travel through this atmosphere and towards ionosphere. Okay, or this towards ionospheric layers. And what we know that these ionospheric layers are having the property to reflect the electromagnetic waves. So it will reflect the electromagnetic waves, and we can receive the signal at the receiver station or destination. Okay, means here you can observe that this transmitter station and receiver stations are not visible to each other, but still we are getting the signal. How we are getting the signal? This transmitter transmit the signal towards ionospheric layer, and this ionospheric layer reflect this signal. Okay, so this is a means you can understood that how the sky wave propagation will be occur. Okay, now these ionospheric layers are having another one more important property. What is that? This ionospheric layer, okay, is focused towards means these ionospheric layers are having the different properties during day hours and night hours. Because during day hours we have the sun, and because of ultraviolet light, the reflection property of this ionospheric layer will be changed because of ultraviolet light which is coming from the sun. And during night hours sun is not there, so again the reflection property of this ionospheric layer will be changed. Okay, means what we can say that during the uh, during the day hours the phenomena of reflection is having the different parameters, and during night hours the phenomena of reflection is having different parameters. The same thing we will not get during day, and same thing day hours, and same thing will not get we during the night hours. So that we have to understood that means ionospheric layers be or ionosphere behave differently during day hours and night hours. Okay, so if the behavior is different, then definitely ultimately it will impact on our transmission and reception. Okay, so what is the impact or what is the behavior we will see in next chapters, but right now you have to understood that the things will be occur like this. Okay, now we know that the ground wave propagation here, the ground wave propagation is suitable for only lower frequency, means from 1 hertz to some kilohertz. So, and we know that if we will increase the frequency, then what happens? The quality of service will be the quality of signal will be degraded. Okay, so what will be the solution? The solution is nothing but the solution is nothing but uh, we have to use the ionospheric layers or skywave propagation. Okay, so now this is the second second type of communication, so which is suitable for the medium wave frequencies, right? So I think skywave propagation is clear. So what is the frequency range? It is suitable for 30 to 40 megahertz, right? Now after this, if you will observe that the frequency spectrum, so we have the frequencies up to gigahertz. So now the question will arise that what about the gigahertz frequency? Okay, so for that we have for that we have the one more type of communication, that is nothing but we called it as a space communication. Okay, space wave uh, space wave propagation or space communication, right? So in this type, what happens? We have the transmitter antenna, we have the receiving antenna. Okay, so in space wave propagation, what happens? Ki, if the we know that in space wave propagation is suitable for high frequency, and in space wave propagation, the transmitted signal from transmitter is having very high frequency, and high frequency penetrate the at ionospheric layer, means these high frequencies are not reflected from ionospheric layer, means for high frequencies the skywave propagation is not suitable, because this ionosphere does not reflect this high wave frequency. High wave frequency will be passed through this atmosphere. If there is a there is a uh, there is a question of um, reception. Okay, so if it will pass the ionospheric level, so ultimately we will not get the signals at receiver station. So for such high frequency, what will be the solution? The solution is nothing but the space wave communication or space wave communication. In space wave communication, we have a satellite. Okay, so what this satellite does, it receives the high frequency signal. This satellite is having the solar panels. So this satellite is nothing but it works like a repeater. And what these satellites do, repeater means it will receive the signal from transmitter antenna, and with the help of the solar energy it will amplify the signal, it will increase the strength of signal again, and again it will transmit that received signal towards the receiving antenna. Okay, so now this is the process. So this is nothing but it is called as a skywave propagation. So up till now we studied these three things: ground wave propagation, skywave propagation, and space wave propagation. Okay, now this is the formula to calculate the distance between the transmitter antenna and receiver antenna. Okay, so when problems comes, we will see this one. So here again there are few some important factors we have to understood that during rainy season, this raindrops absorb the electromagnetic waves. So you know that during rainy seasons we will not get the TV channels, है ना? We will not get the signal for TV channels. कि हमारे टीवी के चैनल्स बंद हो जाते हैं. Why? Because these rain waters absorb the electromagnetic waves. Okay. Uh, Now here in this diagram you can observe that in ground wave propagation, if you see the spherical part, it is coming from the transmitter to receiver. In skywave propagation, uh, skywave propagation here it is transmitted towards the ionospheric layer, then it will be reflected. Okay, so now here, if in this diagram, line of sight, if the transmitter and receiver antenna are not visible to each other, then the signal will be lost. And one more important parameter is that your rain water absorb the electromagnetic wave. Okay, so just you have to remember this. Okay, now this one, just I whatever I discussed. So it is simply I conclude here in ground or in ground or surface wave propagation, the frequency of signal is up to 2 to 3 megahertz, means from 1 hertz to 2 to 3 megahertz, right? Now for space wave communication, we already seen this formula, that D is equal to nothing but under root of 2h tx. Htx is nothing but it is the height of transmitter antenna, and here plus 2h rx. Rx is nothing but it is the height of receiving antenna. So during problems we will calculate some distance by using this formula. This is the skywave propagation. Okay. Now here the height is from 20 to 250 miles. Okay, means from ground level. So here just I'm not discuss about the here height. Here for ground wave propagation, it is up to 65 kilometer towards sky, uh, and that distance is suitable for ground wave communication. Above this 65 kilometers to 400 kilometers, it is for skywave propagation, and above that, which is suitable for the space wave communication. So this is the distance one. Okay. Hey, ionospheric layer. Just now I told you there are different ionospheric layer. It is from D, E, F1 and F2. Okay, and this is the height. This is the height of this layer from ground surface. Okay, the D layer is uh, it is up to 20 to 25 miles from surface of Earth towards sky. Above that, up to 55 miles, 55 to 90 miles. That is distance between 55 to 99, 90 miles is E layer, and above 90 to 140 F1 layer, and 200 to 250 it is a F2 layers. Okay, and what is a suitable frequency for these layers? Okay, and here you can observe that just I told you during day hours this is available, during night hours it is not available. Okay, so only F1 and F2 layers are available during day and nights. Okay, so now this is the critical frequency, maximum usable frequency, and frequency trade-off that we will see during our uh, propagation of wave from transmitter antenna to receiver antenna. Okay. Uh, Now fine, this is a critical angle, means at what angle you are transmitting the signal. That is very important factor. So that angle is nothing but we called it as a critical angle. Okay. So in today's lecture, we will conclude here because we have the 40 minutes times, and yes, I can appreciate today we have a very good attendance. Okay, it is not satisfactory, but still fine. It is good one. And in next lecture,